Hi, I'm Mackenzie McNeil, and today I'll be talking about stigmas against mental health. Over half of people with mental illnesses do not receive help due to fears of being seen or treated differently. Mental health stigmas are when people treat someone differently because of their mental illness. Stigmas lead to discrimination and negative stereotypes. My information comes from the World Psychiatric Association, the National Liberty of Medicine, and the Department of Health and Human Services. To understand the effect of stigmas, we must understand what a stigma is. Stigmas and what they are. Stigmas are where someone is perceived negatively because of an aspect about them as seen negatively or unnatural. Stigmas impact many different groups of people. They come from misunderstandings and fear. Inaccurate information from media also creates stigmas against people, and stigmas/stereotypes affect everyone one way or another. Stigmas very easily turn into discrimination. Discrimination is when people are treated negatively because of something that makes them different from everyone else. Not only do stigmas affect those with mental illnesses, but their families and loved ones as well. Two major types of stigmas are personal and self. Public stigmas are how the world views these differences, also known as stereotypes. Self-stigmas are how people inwardly see their mental illnesses and differences, and they change how people view themselves and only make problems worse. Stigmas against mental health can make reaching out for help uncomfortable and scary. Social stigmas can even make the problem worse. Stigmas begin as a perception, but can quickly negatively impact someone's journey to receiving care and help. Stigmas prevent people from getting help. Due to fear of being seen differently, many will avoid reaching out when they are struggling. Instead of getting help, many will isolate. Several cultures see mental health care as unnecessary, such as in Asian cultures, mental health care is seen as against cultural beliefs of emotional restraint, strong families, and avoiding shame. Mental health stigmas are universal, and there is no culture where those mental illnesses are seen as the same as those without. Several common misconceptions about mental illness impact people everywhere they go. Three common examples are people with mental illnesses cannot make decisions for themselves and need a keeper. People with mental illnesses should be feared, and they are irresponsible and must have someone else make their decisions for them. Stigmas do not just impact one's journey, but can also impact their mental illness and make it worse. Stigmas make mental illnesses worse in many cases. Self-stigmas impact a person's view on themselves. They'll see themselves as incompetent, hate their mental illnesses, not reach out because they don't believe they deserve help, and see themselves as just their illness and nothing more. Many with mental illnesses also develop bad coping mechanisms. Alcoholism, drug addictions, crime, and prostitution can be all traced back to mental illnesses. People with these negative coping mechanisms are not part. People see these negative coping mechanisms as not part of their mental illnesses and consider it the cause of the illness. Mental illness is not seen as a disability to the majority of people. People believe that those afflicted are in control of the diseases and therefore are having a non-existent problem. So, let's summarize. A stigma is a negative way a person is seen for their differences. Stigmas make it harder for someone to reach out and receive help for their mental illnesses because they're scared of being seen differently, treated differently, and being discriminated. People develop bad coping mechanisms due to these stigmas and are seen less than for their mechanisms, even though it's just part of their illness. So, way to fight against these stigmas is to change the way you view mental illnesses. Adjust your vocabulary, be more aware of stigmas that you're spreading, and everyone deserves mental health care, and they deserve to be seen as a whole, even with mental illness.